I wasn't sure how people would feel about the epilogue, but I'm glad most people agree with me that it's like, yeah, it didn't quite fit the tone and the darkness of the story, but it also still fits. Like, he deserved to have a home to go to. Amazing story. Thanks, Fu-chan. No problem, Joyceley. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I had a blast writing it. I'm so glad so many people read it along with me. The Confidants. I miss my old sheep. He disappeared without saying goodbye. I was not built for this. That's so true, actually. That's... I didn't even think about that. Fu-chan. I was prepared for dark suffering, but thank you for the happy emotion. No problem. I had to give it a happy epilogue. I've changed too much over these years. You guys are lucky it took me 3 years to write this, because if I had finished this within like the 1 to 2 years that I had planned on it being, it would have ended exactly at the end of the other chapter, probably with less emotionality with Noctyx. So be happy it took me so long. I grew too. I was like, you know what? The Confidants don't deserve this. Let's make this gentle. Thank you for bringing these characters to life. No problem, Bamboo. Honestly, I'm honored enough that anybody like read it. The fact that there were like a couple hundred people watching this, the fact that we've had like so many streams of this and people have still been interested, theory crafting and translating it and making fan art and making timelines. It's been so lovely. So this has really invigorated everything I love about streaming. Noctyx is the color of the sky. That paragraph almost looks like a love letter to Noctyx. It basically is. That's how I see them. The sun throughout the day, bringing light into the world. Thank you for letting us experience this amazing story with you. No problem. I'm glad that I had people to come along and read the story as we went, because yeah, 3 years ago, I wouldn't have expected that to even be a possibility. So it's been an incredible 3 years. I've definitely grown as a person, grown as a writer, grown as a content creator, and I've just enjoyed this so much. So thank you all so much for giving me that opportunity. It's meant the world to me. Would you say the Amethyst of Oritus links to Uki's debut story? Also, thank you for the story, Fu-chan. That's amazing. Yeah, I had talked to Uki about that. I was like, when we decided on Oritus's story, I straight up said, is it okay with you if I end it with Oritus literally flying off into the sky to basically say, like, yeah, Oritus is the star that fell into Uki's eye, essentially, in my Legatus 505. Maybe different in Uki's own actual story, own actual lore, because remember, Uki in my Legatus 505 story is Legatus 505 Uki. But yeah, the idea is Oritus left a piece of himself in Legatus and then went off, found the other dimension with his Uki and fell into his eye. That's how they were connected. He had a mental link between the two of them ever since before they met each other. Noctyx can be for, but the past will be in our hearts. Exactly. And they were a part of this story, so I'm glad that I got to finish their story in this world as well. May I ask, what do you think Legatus would say if one wants to read Legatus 505 novel? What content warning he'd say in general? Oh, he wouldn't give content warnings. He's not... He may be a little bit more open and gentle. He is still not that far along. He'd be like, the fuck are you reading my story for? Leave me alone. He'll probably be embarrassed as fuck when he realizes, when a video tells him, you broadcasted that shit on the neural network, everybody listened to you cry your eyes out about killing your mommy and shit. He's gonna be so pissed. So 505 really did mean an SOS signal, didn't it? Yeah, basically. I mean, the 505, there's an error 505, which is like a web page thing, which is like kind of a reference to other things. But yeah, the whole idea was the whole story of Legatus 505 was Legatus crying out for help. Not just in his final moments, but just throughout the story. He's always like, somebody fucking see me. Somebody tell me I'm good enough. Somebody tell me I'm human. Somebody tell me I deserve to live. That was the entirety of Legatus 505. So yeah, the 505 is also an SOS. And so we're ending with him literally crying out SOS, and somebody comes along, reads him, and manages to save him. If she hadn't been so desperate to save him, he would have just died in the dirt. There were a couple of people, I never completely spelled it out, but there were a lot of confidants that realized, oh, this red-haired child with a fox-like face and smile that Legatus saved on his first ever mission outside of the Republic. Fu-chan focused on that for some reason, and then there's a red-haired fox-faced antagonist. They were always gonna be like the big end game of each other. They were always dark reflections of each other. They both wanted to kill the world, and both of them were desperate for different reasons. But basically, they were both just sick of leaving because they were full of so much pain. They could have healed each other, but yeah, they didn't really get that far. I'm deeply moved for Do You Read Me? We read you. Ah, thank you. Yeah, that's another thing I love, and I kind of need to, like, use less in the next story. Me and my fucking catchphrases, man. The Do You Read Me? I was literally built for this. I can get through this. All of those, it was like, using those like every few chapters would have been a good idea. I put them in every fucking chapter and sometimes multiple times. By the end, I was like, I'm so fucking overusing these, but it's okay. This one was very much like fan fiction schlock kind of writing, and I'm still happy with it. I'm still proud of it. It's so overly blown. It's so dramatic. It's what the Chinese fans would call dog blood. Dog blood is a story where it's like overly dramatic and ridiculous and silly, and everything happens that is just the most tragic and angsty thing possible. And that's the kind of shit I like. So yeah, this is 100% dog blood, and I am here for it. I love stories and want to write my own. Your stream gives me a lot of courage and encouragement, especially when I'm feeling down. Want you to know I'm happy to meet you, and you are amazing. Aw, thank you so much, Tam. I'm 100% reverse Uno asset. If I hadn't been given the confidence to properly write this story and finish it, thanks to you guys, I probably would have never finished it either. Because I've tried to write stories in the past so many times and fallen off and just gotten bored or thought, oh, it's terrible. Nobody will ever want to read it. I don't want anyone to finish it. So yeah, it's thanks to you guys I got to finish this one. So I hope you get to finish your story someday too, because it'll probably be better than Legatus505. Keep going, keep writing, keep trying, and if nothing else, you'll just get better every time. So that's what matters. Actually, the bad ending is not that bad. Imagine, the energy is not enough to send the story out. How sad would that be? Share. I mean, that's the thing. He told his story, but in the actual original ending, you don't necessarily know that it went anywhere. There's literally a line that says he doesn't know whether he's speaking it out loud, saying it through the neural network, or just thinking it in his mind. So yeah, at that point, it really could have just been him just thinking to himself as he passed away. So it's still not really a bad ending in that way either, because it's a very fitting ending for Legatus. He still died with a smile on his face, with the memories of his friend's smile. And I especially like that one line that I dropped towards the end. It was like a couple paragraphs before the end of that chapter where it was like, I want to reach out to them because I know they'll take my hand if I do. Like, that's the thing. He's going to die with a smile on his face because if nothing else, he's going to pass away thinking about his friends and all the happy memories. So Legatus was a happy boy in the end, even if he only got 3 years of love. That 3 years of love meant so much to him and changed him completely. Actually, every time I hear your monologue in the Legatus505 song, it really hits me. Not in a lewd way. I don't think anyone was thinking in a lewd way. That trembling voice genuinely carries the feeling of someone. Please save me. Exactly. Legatus505, Legatus SOS, crying out for help. Just wanting to be read and understood. And honestly, that's why I like the epilogue the most, because it would have been beautiful him staying with Noctyx, but Ovidia is the one he really wants to read him. Ovidia is his direct combination, and especially the fact that she straight up says, like, he always, the biggest regret he had was not teaching her, not being more calm and gentle with her, because she was someone who showed him kindness and he wanted to do that as well. And so for him to be able to get that chance and to straight up tell her, I can teach you, like, let me do this, please. And then that final thing, even though it is corny as fuck, the whole, like, I was literally built for this. That's his way of saying, like, I was built to be Legatus, I was built to be a cyborg soldier, but he's been built up by his friends, by his loved ones that showed him that he was worthy of love, even though he felt pathetic, even though he felt like he wasn't human. They made him feel human. And so he knows he can do that for somebody else. So yeah, the Ovidia ending is perfect in my mind. Considering everything, I think the most surprising twist was Chroma having a whole ass family. Thank you for representation of evil lesbians. Yeah, I never really decided whether she was a lesbian or bisexual, to be honest, but yeah, she has a wife. She definitely has a wife, and she definitely wasn't interested in any other men. Good for her. Good for her. And she had children. Also, thank you for including spoken lines for the boys. Their voice acting lives rent-free in my head. Ah, no problem. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I did my best to voice them in this one. I considered doing like a live reading while they were here for the off collab. That would have actually been the plan if, yeah, we had managed to do the previous chapter like a few weeks earlier. If we had gotten that in time and done that a few weeks earlier, I would have been like, hey, boys, wow, you're here. That didn't work out. I didn't want to have them all have to record new lines when they've been so fucking busy for the last few months. So I was just like, nah, you're good. I did my best, and I'm happy with it. If this was an off collab, you would hear Uki saying, you bitch, and Albin Sunny saying, you motherfucker, in your ears. Yeah, imagine if I made them read it live without even knowing what was going to happen. God, they would have fucking killed me. They would have been professional during the live reading, and then as soon as it ended, they would have been like, Fulgur, you fucking dick. Professional during the reading? Nuh-uh. They would react like us in real time. I think they would have been professional, but yeah, also, they definitely would have cut in from time to time, but I don't think they would have like properly cried and been angry until after it ended. Gelukanis, 14 out of 15. I love you. I'm proud of you. I forgive you. Always. Oh, Legatus would have loved to hear that. He would have cried like a little baby bitch. Iris Park. Thank you for setting my soul free, and I believe you'll make the right choice at the end. So just don't regret that. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, God, this is so beautiful. Fuck you guys. How dare you use my characters against me? Ada Corvus, what's up, baby Lechan? Legatus, I'm unleashing the power of my sealed arm for you. Beat the bad guy. Maybe someday we'll get to live that ordinary school life too. That must be fun. Aw, thank you for donating the Foo Funds, Ada Corvus. I would love to see a Legatus505 high school AU. They deserve that. Cringe? He's supposed to be cringe. He was trying to be cool in front of the other teenagers. He was like, hello there, fellow children. He did his best. Oratus. Oh, God. We're connected. Not just me and you, but all of us. In this life and every other. We'll be there when you need us. Just let us. You're not an abomination. I wish I could have been the one to spend a full lifetime with you. Oh, that's beautiful. Not even any unique writing. It's just my own words thrown back at me. But how dare... Thank you for donating the Foo Funds. Solus Legatus. What's up, buddy? We share a last name, technically. Does that make us married? After sundown, the sun will rise again. You and me are both Legatus. No matter how dark the night gets, I'll be right here with you when morning comes. Let's walk through it together. Legatus. Oh my fuck, that was beautifully written. Okay, that's better than my own writing. How dare you? The whole, like, we're both Legatus. And then even before I had read it, you hit me with the whole, like, sunlight analogy. Oh, man. Okay. Okay. Somebody really did read me. Somebody saw that metaphor coming from a fucking mile away. Vaudi! Legatus, thanks again for all your effort. You brought worlds together, and some of them even became better timelines. Enjoy it while you can, and treat yourself to a real drink tonight. You deserve it. Mr. Ovid. Oh, dear God. Not my daddy. I have never regretted giving everything just to give you a chance at life. No matter how much you see yourself as a mistake now. Oh, you can't hit me with the fucking Mr. Ovid. Ouch. Thank you for donating the Foo Funds. Not the dad? I know, right? Oof. That's as bad as the fucking Arbiters guy. Ignis Carnes, thank you so much for donating the Foo Funds. You haven't hurt anyone in a very long time. You're protecting your new family now. We will get through this, kid. Aw, thank you so much for donating the Foo Funds. You remember like a couple, like 3 read-throughs ago when everybody was like, oh, Carnes is the bad guy in this story. Carnes is so fucked up. Now I feel like he's like a champion to people. It's crazy how much that turned around. And I love seeing it. So much for my happy ending.